NASCAR may have more than just a new race winner after Talladega. It may have a new central figure in the sport. A 23-year-old driver made headlines not only for winning, but for how he handled the moment. That has led to an important question across the garage. Is Carson Hocevar the future face of NASCAR, or a driver who could challenge its current direction? Hocevar secured his first Cup Series victory at Talladega. He drove the number 77 car for Spire Motorsports and finished just ahead of Buescher in a close final lap. The race itself was highly unpredictable. A major crash midway through the event eliminated a large portion of the field, including several top contenders. Hocevar avoided early trouble and positioned himself well late in the race. When the opportunity came, he executed cleanly and took the win. After crossing the finish line, his celebration drew immediate attention. He climbed partially out of the driver's window while circling the track, acknowledging the crowd. It was a moment that stood out, not just as a celebration, but as a statement. In recent years, NASCAR has been navigating a transition. Many of the sport's most recognizable names have retired. What remains is a competitive field, but one that has struggled at times to produce standout personalities. There has been increasing discussion about a disconnect between drivers and fans. Some believe the current environment encourages drivers to be more controlled and less expressive. That has contributed to a perception that the sport lacks a defining figure, someone who consistently draws strong reactions. Hocevar appears to approach things differently. He is active on social platforms. He engages directly with fans, and his personality reflects someone deeply connected to the sports culture. On the track, his driving style is assertive. He competes with urgency and takes risks when necessary. That combination, visibility off the track and aggression on it, has started to generate attention. However, it also brings challenges. Several veteran drivers have already voiced concerns about his approach. They view his style as aggressive and at times unpredictable. In a sport where relationships within the garage matter, that reputation can have long-term effects. Hocevar now faces a critical balance. If he maintains his current approach, he may continue to stand out but risk conflict with competitors. If he adjusts, he may gain stability but lose some of what makes him distinct. Historically, many of NASCAR's most recognized figures were not neutral personalities. They created strong reactions and became central to the sport's identity. At this stage, Hocevar is beginning to generate that type of attention. The question is whether it can be sustained over time. Fan response has been mixed but engaged. Some viewers appreciate his confidence and authenticity. Others believe he may be pushing beyond acceptable limits. Media coverage has increased as well, and regardless of perspective, his name is now part of the conversation. Looking ahead, there are two clear possibilities. In a best-case scenario, Hocevar builds on this win. He continues to perform, develops rivalries, and becomes a key figure in NASCAR's next phase. In a more difficult scenario, his aggressive style leads to further conflict. That could impact his standing within the sport and limit long-term opportunities. For now, his first win marks an important moment, not just for his career, but potentially for NASCAR as a whole. The question going forward is straightforward, Ash. Has NASCAR found a new leading figure, or is this the beginning of a more complicated path? Share your perspective in the comments. And for continued coverage and analysis, stay connected with SportsWire USA.